team. Hi. So I'm going to wait a couple, maybe just like a minute and let people get live who I was hoping were going to be live on this broadcast so that they show up on here. I'm super excited. My name is Hillary Thompson and I am your Senior Ruby Upline, and I guess I'll take these off. With Plexus Worldwide, and I am so happy to have you guys here tonight. So again, I'm just going to give a minute just to get everybody signed on here, and we'll get started. Sorry, I feel like I should have some sort of hold music. Oh, my Aunt Shelly's on.
Figured it out.
Good job! Yay!
How do we get rid of that list time?
All right, and we have someone else. I don't know. Oh, Joanna's on. Yay!
Hey!
Hello!
Hi!
We are just going to be waiting here. I think Rachel's going to be signing on here in a second, but I took off my glasses because it was making a horrible glare. Can you guys hear me okay? Is this way better than the last time?
Yes.
Okay. I have my face super close here, so hopefully it's not scaring anybody.
Looks awesome.
Okay, so I'm just going to start with a quote tonight, and I really, really like this quote. It's actually out of this book that I have. I found it. Oh, Rachel's on. Oh, wait. You're going to see Rachel's image here with her P96. Hopefully she can get live here in a minute. But I love to get leadership books from like Goodwill or Savers because they're cheap. And most of the time they're not used very well, which is kind of sad because people purchase like self-growth and development books hoping that they're going to grow and develop, and then they probably just sit on their shelves. So this is a really good one that I found. Oh, there's Rachel.
Hi!
Hey. Okay, so
my cat knocked over a cup of water, and I had to go clean that up really quick.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So it's out of this book called Monday Morning Leadership. Really awesome. I just happened across it at Goodwill, and I think it was 99 cents. But the first quote that I want to start off with, it says, "You are the chief bucket filler, and the best way to fill buckets is with excellent communication." So that's what we're doing tonight. We are communicating, and we're chatting about ways that we can work together to grow our businesses and expand. So the biggest way right now that I really am super, super excited about is opportunity meetings. And the reason I've included all of you together is, for one, you're either a leader, so you have a growing team, or you're a runner. And our runners are those people who started in this business and are super, super excited. And maybe you started slow, maybe you jogged along the way, but now you're ready to take off. So now you're a runner. And yes, my Aunt Shelly, she's so cute. She said, "We're not actually running, are we?"
Shut up.
No, we're not actually running, physically running. But we are.
I didn't ask if you were running.
We're taking off with this. So I actually asked Rachel to talk quick tonight on a few points that she's using with her team, because she is doing amazing, and I'm super, super proud of her. So Rachel, I'm just going to let her talk, and I think that for all of us else, we can mute ourselves So if Shelly and Joanna, if you want to just mute yourself for a second, it's down in your bottom corner. You can go ahead and hit mute. And then Rachel, you get to talk.
I can't find it. Hold
Okay.
on.
All right.
Okay.
So hi everybody. My name's. Can you guys all hear me? Good. Okay. So I have been with Plexus since March, and I am on Kylie Curley's team. I've never done anything like this, so I just want to let you know, just bear with me as I go through what I'm about to talk about. The back office has some amazing resources for us, and so this is what I've been doing lately. My drive to work is about 10-15 minutes long. So what I've been doing is going in the back office, and if you click on the communications tab, it has a link on there called Multimedia Library. And then it has all kinds of audio training. So what I do is I pull it up on my phone and parts of these audios, but then I finish them on my way home. So the one that I want to talk with you guys about tonight, it's the very first one. It's called Basics for Ambassadors, and Jen Hawkins and Sheila Medina talk in it. And it is amazing. It's super motivational, and it talks with you about the 4 colors. I know we've all heard Hillary talk about it many times, the red, blue, yellow, and green. So just a little bit about each one. A blue person is somebody who's fun and the life of the party. So they talk about how you want to talk to these people to engage Plexus. So a blue person, you'd want to talk with them about Maui or the Emerald Extravaganza, convention, opportunity meetings. Basically show them how fun Plexus is and get them engaged through that way. If you try and talk financials and numbers with these people, they're done. They're not gonna, they have no interest. So the money people are the red people. So these are the people that you want to talk about the financial benefit, the comp plan, explain the 11 ways to earn. I know that's where I was interested. I wanted to know exactly, okay, what is the first way, second way, third way, fourth way. I want to know all of them and in depth. So what I did when I started was I wrote them all down. The next color is yellow, and these are people who want to help other people. They want to hear that these products are life-changing and that you are here to help them. They want to hear about the comp plan because they want to be helped financially, and these are people who want to hear the word help. This is the key with these people. Tell them helping earn money, helping with weight loss, helping with anything. And then the last one is the green people, and these are information people. Give them the information. Send them the ingredients list. Send them, tell them that Inc. magazine named Plexus 8th fastest growing company last year. So this is just a little bit of what this audio training describes. One of the other points that they talk about is what's called the shield. And so basically, I know everybody has thought, what do I say when somebody says it's too expensive? What do I say when somebody asks, why is Plexus different from XYZ company? They go through so many different scenarios, and they basically tell you to use what's called the shield. You tell them your story. You have 2 other stories, preferably people that you know because you can relate to them the best. And you keep all these short, just like maybe 5 minutes. Actually, that's way too long, like 30 seconds. Have a couple of facts on hand, like the Inc. magazine or what other facts you know. And know your products. Know what they do. And if you are going to research anything, know the products. And then at the end of your shield, you lock up your story with company facts. that was a very short little blip on what this audio goes through, but I found it super helpful, and I hope you guys go through and listen to these and use them as your resources. It is huge. They have other ones for developing your own leadership skills, developing leaders, the power of 3. That one's really good, actually. Listen to the power of 3. That's only a few of them, but go and listen to them. They are amazing. All right, Hillary.
Thank you, dear. Perfect. Yeah, and I was clicking on there, and I noticed too there is one how to host an opportunity meeting. So that's a big thing of what we're going to talk about tonight is how to host an opportunity meeting. But anyways, we're going back to communication. I'm getting off track and ahead of myself here. So since I do have Shelly, and I just keep referring to you as my Aunt Shelly, obviously that's what I always call you. So, so I have my Aunt Shelly and Joanna Slavin on with us. And for those not familiar with Joanna, actually, she is on our most preferred customers like every week. So she's rocking the customers, and she has a growing team. And I didn't warn Joanna on this in advance, but Joanna, if you could unmute yourself and maybe just give us a little bit of your own personal testimonial of why you're excited about the business aspect, because I know you just started for wholesale, which so many of us do. Start for wholesale because we want the best deal, and where you're taking your team, and just your excitement too on opportunity meetings and hosting and getting people together and engaged.
Well, yeah, you didn't tell me I was going to be doing this, Hillary. So I did. I started just for wholesale when I signed up after my 60 days because, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. So my first 60 days, I almost quit Plexus 3 times because I hadn't lost any weight at all. I mean, I think I've talked to you. Would you shut up? God, sorry. The one thing that kept me going was there was one time Heather messaged Hillary, and Hillary, you put something on my Facebook that said, every day you're one step closer. That was one thing that really was like, I was like, okay, I can do this. Can you go talk to your dad for a second? Josh, can you take him? I'm talking. Okay, sorry. So on my 60th day, it was either I was going to be done because I hadn't really lost any weight. I was putting all this money into it. I was on the triplex. I was on accelerator. I was on block. I mean, I was on everything. And it was either be done or it was sign. So I decided to sign. And I signed up for wholesale because I wanted to get my products as cheap as I could. I had one customer my first month. That was exciting. My first paycheck was $164, and it drove me. This summer, I made over $9,000 as a silver ambassador. So sorry if that's too much information, but you know what? If I can do it as a silver, I mean, every day I wake up, I'm doing income producing stuff with Plexus. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm so excited, I check my phone, I'm like, oh my god, do I have any messages? Like, seriously, it really drives me. My why is huge. My husband, we're hoping that eventually he can stay home with me and we can just work my daycare together and do Plexus. So every day I post in groups, as many groups as I can find, and I'm trying to find people, share Plexus with people. I drop my business cards everywhere I go. I put that big decal on the back of my van. Yesterday or this weekend, I'm just not afraid to share Plexus anymore. I had a meeting with Tanya and Hillary, and it was rough. I cried a lot. I could have taken it. I could have said, screw you guys, I'm done. You guys are mean. But you weren't. You were helping me. And I could have that night I decided, what am I going to do? Am I either going to step it up and be part of this team and be a leader, or am I just going to be done? So I did. So that's what I did. I'm not really good at telling stories, and you didn't tell me I was going to be doing that. So.
And actually, you segued, thank you so much, and you segued right into what I was going to say with my next quote. And that is for you to be the very best. You cannot allow yourself to become complacent in your comfort zone. You need to be reaching for improvement. And that is definitely part of the conversation that we had. And that is part of leadership, is when you see this potential in somebody, and oftentimes it's incredibly hard because we don't see it within ourselves. So when you're a leader and you're looking at someone, especially, and Joanna, now I can use you as an example, top of the leaderboard, going, and Tanya actually digressed a second. Tanya had to have that, that conversation with me as well, because a lot of times what happens is it's not that the company's compensation plan isn't right, or the products don't work, or this, that, and the other thing, or there's not enough training or whatever. Most of the time it's ourselves. And when we figure out what's holding us back, and when we fully commit to that and move forward, is when we see a lot of growth and personal development. And part of stepping out of your comfort zone is sharing Plexus with people on a wider scale, and that would be opportunity meetings. And when I'm talking about opportunity meetings, I don't want these to be scary in any way whatsoever, that you're like, oh my gosh, I have to be, scripted and know exactly what I have to say, and you're transforming yourself into a nurse or a doctor or a Plexus guru. You don't have to do that. I did opportunity meetings as a silver, and it's definitely what helped grow my business and get me to Senior Ruby where I am. So, and an opportunity meeting can look a ton of different ways. So again, if you're hosting an opportunity meeting and you have 5 of your friends there, that's an opportunity meeting. You're getting together for coffee, it's an opportunity meeting. You have a room full of 100 people, it's an opportunity meeting. A lot of teams have been doing online opportunity meetings, which are fun, an online launch party. Another awesome thing that we talked about in our video on Thursday about the benefits of an opportunity meeting is the fact that if you are shy, and in talking and to get out of your comfort zone, you can allow us, like me, I'm definitely blue, us blue personalities to talk and share the excitement and share the love of Plexus, and you can learn, but also some of that excitement and that fear you can rub off on people. So that's an awesome opportunity. So one thing that I wanted to talk about is, what does an opportunity look like? How do we want to run them? So for Joanna and Rachel, since you guys are leaders and you're still on here, after this is over, you can unmute yourselves and let me know if you have any ideas. And anyone else who's watching this live and you have ideas or questions, feel free to shoot me a message or shoot Joanna a message or Rachel or something, and they can bring it up since they're live and they have a voice. Oh, Joanna just left. Rachel, it's just you. Anyways, when I start my opportunity meetings, I really like to get a sense and a feeling of the room. You all know I'm a huge energy person, so most of the time when I walk in the room, I can still get a good sense of the people that are there, how they're feeling, what they're doing. I mingle, I talk to people. But I started off with goals. I asked them point blank, what do they want to get out of this meeting? And that opens the door a lot for you to gear the meeting towards the people in the room, and also use the color personalities that Rachel talked about, and that's on that awesome audio, and I've talked about it before. If you're in a room full of blues, I guess you could probably just stand up there and be crazy and do jumping jacks or something, and everyone would want to join you, because that's how us blues are. If you're exciting and it seems like just awesome, they're gonna join you, So you'll get a sense of the color personalities that are in your room by asking that question. The second thing that you ask is who's tried Plexus. So you say, if whoever in this room has tried Plexus, if you could raise your hand. Simple as that. So people start raising their hands. And then you can go to those people who raise their hands and say, all right, what's Plexus done for you? And I mean, you want to keep these short, and it's hard because when you do have a testimonial, or you've even tried Plexus and you've been on it for a couple days, but it tastes so good and you're craving it. I have a new ambassador who I messaged her today and I actually said, how's it going? She's like, I look forward to the drink. So that could be as simple as, what has Plexus done for you? And again, it gets people talking. It gets people start to feel more comfortable. So that's literally how I started, and just getting that sense. Obviously, I'd also back up here a second, but I would introduce myself, who I am, thank them for coming. You know what? I don't even know if I thanked all of you in the beginning of this. Thank you all for being on this. Thank you, Rachel and Joanna, for taking the time and doing this. I really, really appreciate it. So then after I played a product video and done the whole that sort of thing, but I really like doing it kind of like the Vanna White style, and just here's our Slim. This is what Slim does, and you can literally read off of the bag. I mean, there you go. Pick up the accelerator. Here's our accelerator and our boost. Da, da, da. I mean, however you want to do it. Obviously, you don't have to be as weird as me, but or like Vanna White. You like the Vanna White? Okay.
You got the hair going, and
There, I can do the Vanna White.
You're a young Vanna.
Or like Tanya said, when she first started her opportunity meetings, she literally held up the catalog. That's what you can do. Hold up the catalog, read out of the catalog, whatever you want to do, but just give a brief overview of the products, okay? And based upon, I guess, people that are there, if you have particular people that you know that they have an amazing testimonial and you want to give them the stage for a couple minutes, more so than just asking who's tried and what it's done for you, you can totally do that. Again, I'm just giving a very brief kind of idea of what an opportunity meeting looks like, because I feel like for especially newbies, when you hear opportunity meeting, you're like, oh God, I'm gonna have like that girl that does that and has these parties and whatever. No, you don't have to. So after you're explaining things, oh, Kira, hi. She's like, I'm muting myself. After that, you can do, what I like to do is offer up the objections that people are going to probably already start sitting there and thinking. And one of the most common objections that Rachel talked about too is it expensive? So when someone says is it expensive, you can go with, well, what are your vices? What are you taking? Shelly, can you mute yourself? Sorry.
I'm muted.
No, you're not. I hear you.
Oh.
There you are. You're muted. She's my aunt, and I can give her a hard time. Common questions. Is it expensive? Do you have vices? Are you on medications? How about that gym membership that so many people don't use? Throwing out food. I actually talked to Rachel about this, and I really liked what I said, so I'm going to say it again. Sorry, Rachel, that you have to hear it again. But how many of us have been, previous to Plexus especially too, you go to the grocery store on Saturday or Sunday and you're stocking up for the week because it's Monday and you're going to start your eating healthy, this health plan of yours. And then by Friday, all of the fresh produce or stuff that you bought is no good and you didn't eat it, so you're throwing it out. So those are just things that you can talk about in a meeting. And it's really funny, too, when you start talking about or saying those things, you'll get people in the room going, uh-huh. Or you can just see them like, yeah, that's me type thing. So you're engaging them and speaking to them on a level that makes sense to them. Will it work for me? this is where I like to tell my personal testimonial, and also the 60-day money-back guarantee is huge. People love that, so you can obviously talk about that. Another common question, FDA approved, is it safe? Again, can be all just your own personal preference type of thing. This is just kind of common things, but it's just, again, it's a very good way to keep your audience engaged and interested, rather than sitting back going, oh my gosh, I can't believe my friend suckered me in to sit here listening to this girl blab for however long. And especially if you have some blue personalities in that room, they're going to be waiting to talk. It's really hard for us to be quiet. So you're going to keep them engaged, that's for sure. And that's it. And then you can simply wrap it up too with, I love Plexus, now what? After you've talked about these things, I love Plexus, now what do I do? You can talk about joining Plexus. Tell your personal story there, how you decided to join Plexus, or if you were like Joanna, you started for the $34.95 and you got your first check and you're like, hey, maybe I can do this. Stuff like that. But that's an opportunity meeting right there. You had an opportunity. So my biggest thing that I want you all to know too is that, again, with anything, keep it simple. This isn't meant to be scary. I understand that it is scary in a sense to put yourself out there and be vulnerable, but again, just remember, if we don't step outside of that comfort zone or do what we've always been doing, there's so many quotes that we all can read, and if we're on Pinterest, pin them to the stream board or what have you. But it's another thing to put those in action and to do them. So I want you all to know that I believe in you for sure, that you can do this, and let's just get scheduling them and doing them. So for my leaders, you guys have any other thoughts on what you'd like to see out of an opportunity meeting, or does anyone else have thoughts on the whole opportunity meeting? Crickets.
Do you ever worry about people not showing?
Who said that, Joanna?
Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
what do you do when you schedule one and nobody shows, or you have one person that shows? So.
Well, then you know what? For one thing, you have one person. So, and more than likely, off that one person, you're going to have a 100% success rate. So even if you had a room of 10 people and you still get one person, at least you have that one person, and then you can, maybe they're going to sign that night, and then you start training them.
I have to tell you something. Remember that night you came over to my house about a year ago, and I had ordered Plexus, and you gave me a triplex combo, and I was going to give you mine when it came back. And kind of something that sold me was you said, we get together once a month, and we're a support group. And I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. This is what I need, because I was a Weight Watchers junkie. I needed that. And that kind of sold me. Like, remember when you came over to my house and we talked? And
well, yeah, and because that is another huge thing, and that's part of the whole personal growth and development. And one of the reasons, I'm live on YouTube, so I'm not bashing the Weight Watchers at all. Obviously, there are points where I can assist them. But a huge reason I think it works, too, is because of that accountability factor and the feeling that you do have this team and this support group. So another awesome thing about opportunity meetings is that you come out of there jazzed up. I'm going to be up all night after having a virtual conversation with all of you because I'm so excited. Just imagine how crazy it is when we're all in the same room. So yeah, that's another huge thing about opportunity meetings. It's an opportunity to, interact with one another, to feel that energy off of somebody, to be able to just go out and conquer everything, but still feel that you have someone who has your back. And even as much as I'm asking people to step out of their comfort zones, they're out of their comfort zone, but they still have us. You still have your team that's got your back, that will defend you to the ends of the earth. So.
Can I interrupt?
Yeah.
Hillary, there are some ladies trying to get on. I don't know if you realize that.
Oh no.
Annie and Kylie and
Oh, okay. Hold on.
so I don't know how to.
No, let me get.
Okay.
Annie's. Okay.
Wait.
Okay. Hold on, please. Oh yeah, I'm blowing up here.
For those of you trying to access through your phone, make sure you download the Google Hangouts app. I just was able to do it from my phone from that link I sent you guys on the group chat thing, and it goes straight to my app that I have on my phone. So if you don't have the app, that might be why.
Hold on. My computer is being super slow because I have 28 messages at the bottom of the screen. Okay. So, Annie, I just posted a link. You can come live with them.
I think I got it. Can you hear me now?
Yay! Get out of this.
Finally, Shelly posted me a link, and I finally got it. So I've been on since 7:55 trying to get on.
Sorry. All right, so tell us what you got, Annie.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. My mind's like so all over the place right now. I can't even think.
All right, so your thoughts. Go ahead. Can you think, or do you want to wait?
My thoughts. I have done opportunity meetings. I think I have another thing going. Just a second. Okay, so my opportunity meetings that I have done around here, I have not had very good attendance. And I would like any input from anybody who's done them or who's gotten better attendance or who's gotten more team members engaged, because we don't have like anybody around here doing them. So, you know, I feel like we should be getting more people, or we should be getting something.
On those two, there was that one of the diamonds said too that part of what we had talked about on Thursday about creating that group, you know, on your event, obviously, and not just sending, but engaging them on that wall, but also actually calling them on the phone. And that's another huge part of stepping outside of your comfort zone. I actually have a note right here about communication and what are your favorite ways to communicate. And I see Kira kind of smirking down there because I know that she is one that does not want to talk on the phone. So that's another thing about communication and stepping outside of your comfort zone to do that. So do you think that your team is phoning people and inviting them that way?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I know they're not.
Yeah.
But I also feel like I've reached out to people, especially like when I see them around or coming over for other things or meeting up at other events, and I'll ask them about it. Hey, did you get my invite or the plexus? And then go into a little short spiel with them about it. And yeah, I'll be there. I'll come. And even checking with them the day of, and then it's like, oh, sorry, I had something come up. I won't make it. Or yeah, I'm meeting, and they just don't show.
You know what? I would say, because over the course of doing this, I'm becoming more bold. So I would say to them, like, listen, do not bail on me. If you're going to come to me with an excuse that, hey, I got home and I was too tired and I was too this and I was too that, I'm telling you right now, girl, like, you do not want to miss this. You need to be there. You told me that you're going to be there. You need to be there. Have you said that to people? Like,
I have to people.
What?
I have to a couple people.
Yeah? And what did they say?
I still get a lot of excuses. I just get so tired of excuses. What is that book we read for that? Didn't Tanya have us read that one book in that? Were you in that book club that we read? It was all about excuses. We had to get rid of the excuses and face our fears. And I want to like have hundreds of copies and just hand out to these people. Right?
All I can think about when I hear excuses is a terrible, terrible quote about that we all have them. Type that one. Yeah.
I think I know what it is. Josh said it last night. What is it? Josh, what's that quote? Excuses are like an asshole. Everybody has one.
Yes, that's the one.
Right?
That's the quote, right
That's
there.
what he said last night. Yep.
Yep, and it's true. So, that's all I can say for you, Annie. And I mean, I know you're in the leadership group too about intention, and that's another thing, like with energy and intention, and what you're putting out to these people. But it's also the expectation thing, you know, like we can't have the expectation either, because then it's just premeditated resentment that I'm expecting you to be there. But also just that initial too, what she said of posting in there an hour before, hey, I know all of you want to come up with excuses or whatever. So my suggestion would be to get your team on board with the excuses are like assholes, everyone got one type thing, and really put out that energy and that excitement. And two, it's like, okay, well, this is not as serious and going to be pushy type thing. My uncle must have said something funny to my aunt because she's laughing. Yep. You know what I mean? So initially right away, because a lot of times when you are invited to an opportunity meeting, I personally wouldn't want to go because it's boring. It's boring, and I'm going to sit up there listening to Susie talk about, you know, whatever. Like, that's boring to me. So that's why I want to make sure that we're all letting everybody know that we're not boring, we're fun. We're fun and we're laid back and there's no pressure, but dang it, you better be there. No. What do you think about that? Like, just going on that approach too, Annie, of just like, hey, this is fun. I mean, I'm not asking you to like saw off your arm and hand it to me. I mean, I'm asking you to show up and have fun with me, you know? Maybe.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's better information, or better, like you said, you want it to be fun, or, you know, try to make it more interesting than just an opportunity meeting, because those are kind of boring words. Who's going to come and want to join in on something like that? So I definitely agree with that.
Yep, and it goes to the color personality. So on your invitation, you know, if you do have someone, I mean, and you're a fun person, you're a blue, so we attract a lot of blues. So be like, girl, we're going to go and I'm going to tell you some stuff, and afterwards we're going to get a drink, or we're going to do this, or whatever. I mean, and I'm going to give you black before, or something, you know. Just make it fun and not so... I don't like to be formal. I mean, obviously there's those green personalities that are very like matter of fact and are gonna stand up there, but that's just boring to me. So getting a happy medium and understanding the color personalities while you're putting on the opportunity meeting is huge. And that's part of the right away at the beginning, asking people what they wanted out of this meeting. You know, if you have, I don't know why I say Susie all the time. I need a new name. Everyone needs to suggest a new name of a lady that I can say, because I always call her Susie. But Susie in the back that is like quivered down, not answering any of your questions and just about to cry is not going to be excited by a group exercise where we all, you know, do jumping jacks, and, you know, braid each other's hair or something. So we just need to figure out what, you know, what's going to make them excited, what's going to trip their trigger, for lack of, that's a weird thing. I can't believe I said that either. That seems really weird too. Anyways, but what's going to get them excited? You know, what's going to get them excited, what they're going to relate with in regards to Plexus. Does that help?
Yeah.
You need me to come there and do some jumping jacks?
Yes, please.
And a little kumbaya. And then get drinks after?
Yeah, definitely.
That's an awesome question though, and that's and also you've personally let out that frustration and that thing out into the universe, and now we get to let it go and move forward. See how I did that? So anybody else? Who's ready to host opportunity?
Hillary,
Go ahead.
what kind of success have you had in this area with opportunity meetings?
I had huge success when I did them. I haven't done them in a long time. In here, I mean, I went up and I did a launch type thing with Shelly, which was successful. Yeah, it was. You had people there at least. I mean, come on. You had people. You have, from that meeting, what do you have, 2 or 3 ambassadors, potential customer. I mean, we have to look at this more on not everyone is going to say yes. Not everyone is ready for this opportunity. So, you know, it's going to be maybe 8 out of 10 say no. Sometimes 9 out of 10 say no. And when you're inviting people to the opportunity meetings, the bigger the better, man, because there are going to be people that come up with those excuses all of the time. Or they're just going to flat out say, leave me alone, I don't want to talk to you. And that's okay too. And then we just move on and go to somebody else. But look at the amazing opportunity meeting we had here in Rochester with Alec. When Alec came, I mean, there were, almost 300 people there. There's a market for it and a calling and a need for it. So we just have to get them going because they're awesome. Right, Rachel?
That was so much fun.
Bunch of hair on top of your head. Like, you look like you have the thickest hair ever right now.
I do. Look at it. It's crazy.
See, this is exactly like our opportunity meetings, especially if I'm running them because I have squirrel syndrome. So rarely do I keep to what I have wrote down, and it gets super exciting. So find your own personality too. Find what makes find what makes you excited, because the more excited you are, the more excited everyone else is going to be. It's like, you come to school with a new toy and your new toy is a pencil, but all of a sudden your pencil is a rocket ship, and you've convinced every child in class that you have a rocket ship, and now everyone wants to be friends with you because you have a rocket ship. I just made that up, but that sounds kind of right. I mean, come on. I just convinced you have a rocket ship, and you want to be my friend, and we're going to ride this rocket ship. Right? That's what it is. Just oh my gosh. This is what happens. Now look at all of your beautiful faces, smiling and happy, and now none of you are going to be able to sleep because you want to schedule those opportunity meetings and get rocking and rolling. Right?
Yes.
Jump at once. So what other questions do we have? Because I'm going to type up what I put here as far as a outline for opportunity meetings, and I'm going to put it out there on the team page as well for other people to give input on what they think and what they feel. And again, and that's another great way as leaders, watch what your people are putting on there, because then you're going to see what color personality they are as well and how to engage them even more. And that's it. Anything else? Anybody? Shelly, I didn't really let you talk too much. Sorry.
I don't know what I need to talk about anyway.
Just how I'm right. You can just
I
say.
can't hear you.
I said you can just say I'm right. That's it.
You're right.
All right.
Does everybody know where to?
Go ahead, Rach.
Does everybody know where to go to get to the audio things? Seriously, listen to these every time you're in your car.
Mm-hmm.
Does everybody know how to get there?
Yes, I do. No.
Yeah.
Kira, no.
No. Okay.
Annie,
You go to your back office.
audios?
Is it the training aspect of it, like the video training things?
Nope. You go to communications. You just kind of hover over it, and then it'll say multimedia library, and then just click on that in your back office.
Yeah, and then there's audios. Again, there's one, I didn't even listen to it, but there's one on how to host an opportunity meeting. So it'd be really interesting to see what.
Yeah. I've listened to like 2 or 3, and they have both been amazing. The Power of 3 and the Basics for Ambassadors are both great. The Power of 3, it shows you, it goes into depth. I'm a numbers person, obviously, so it says like the 3, 9, it goes like crazy. And it's like you're by your level 5, there's like 1 million people on your team. So, I mean, I don't know. I liked that one.
Well, you're an accountant.
But then it shows you. I like that one.
Annie, do you have anything else to say, girlfriend?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Oh, Annie. Poor Annie. Annie's frustrated. We all need to send some love to Annie.
Yeah.
Annie needs some love. I'm very.
Love you, Annie.
We love you.
Thank you.
We got this. It'll be okay. We'll figure it out, and I'll come out there in November, so we can start that.
Where do you live?
I am like 8 miles from the South Dakota border.
Okay.
So, like Canby, Marshall, Brookings, SDSU.
Okay.
We need to have one towards the Mankato area too, because I'm having my launch party, but I'd like to get like a bunch of our team members together. That'd be awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. See? Let's do it. Let's get them scheduled.
Yes.
Annie, I'll come to you. You need me.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And Shelly wants me to come to her too, except for you guys are so far from me. But I will come to you. If you build it, they will come. Right?
Yes.
So opportunity, and I'll be there. All right, awesome. Well, thank you all for your time. Really appreciate it. And I will, like I said, get this typed up what I have so far and share it on our walls. And we all can continue in our awesome group conversation because I think it's really fun. Sound good? All right.
Yes.
Stop in the
Carol, can you stay on with me?
Bye.
All right.